mean careful attention to building and sustaining the liberal international world order with the United States and Europe at its core.
What do you say to those families who say, listen, we can't afford to pay $4.85 a gallon for months, if not years. This is just not sustainable.
This is about the future of the liberal world order, and we have to stand firm.
How long is it fair to expect American drivers and drivers around the world to pay that premium for this war?
As long as it takes. So Russia cannot, in fact, defeat Ukraine and move beyond Ukraine.
Harry Truman famously had on his desk a plaque that said the buck stops here. Joe Biden seems to have replaced that plaque with instead the phrase the buck stops with Putin.
The mass formation psychosis is strong over the United States. This is the liberal world order foisted upon us by our self-serving occupier-in-chief, globalist tool, and New World Order zealot, Joe Biden.
The affirmative task we have now is to actually create a new world order.
And as the Constitution, ignoring occupier, continues to split the country by feeding it into the clutches of Marxism.
At a time of record inflation, and as new polling this week shows that 85% of the U.S. public thinks the country is going in the wrong direction. How do you explain this to those people who feel the country is going in the wrong direction, including some of the leaders you've been meeting with this week, who think that when you put all of this together, it amounts to an America that is going backward?
They do not think that. You haven't found one person, one world leader to say America is going backwards.
As bad as the tyranny was in 1776, in many ways, as I say, it's worse now in 2022 because the far left, unfortunately, has taken control over the 5 major megaphones of our nation, meaning the media, entertainment, academia, and of late, science and medicine.
And people don't realize what they have. They bitch about it. And then nowadays, I am so upset that the things we did and the things we fought for and the boys that died for it, it's all gone down the drain. Our country's gone to hell in a handbasket. We haven't got the country we had when I was raised, not at all. Nobody will have the fun I had. Nobody will have the opportunity I had. It's just not the same. That's not what our boys, that's not what they died for.
The walls are closing in on the remaining 932 days of Biden's occupation, with an approval rating of 39%, as a Harvard Capps Harris poll survey found that 71% of respondents do not think Biden should run for a second term. A University of Chicago's Institute of Politics poll reveals that 28% of voters felt it might soon be necessary to take up arms against the government. According to the data, 1/3 of Republicans, including 45% of strong Republicans, hold this belief about taking up arms. 35% of independent voters, and surprisingly 20% of Democrats also agreed. And as inflation reaches a record 40-year high, stock markets posted the worst first half of a year in over 5 decades, while the failing Social Security system is set to rise in 2023 by 11% due to the cost of living. Meanwhile, Biden mumbles about carving out the filibuster in order to codify Roe versus Wade into law.
Congress is going to have to act to codify the Roe into federal law. As I said yesterday, the filibuster should not stand in the way of us being able to do that. But right now, we don't have the votes in the Senate to change the filibuster at the moment.
But the occupier-in-chief faces a midterm pummeling, making it impossible for his dictatorship to continue to thrive.
I don't care if you think I'm Satan reincarnated.
John Bound reporting.
Josh in FEMA Region 3, you're on the air worldwide.
Alex, it's an honor to talk to you.
Yes, sir.
Real quick, I just want to plug X2. Man, I've been taking it for the last month and a half. It's made amazing changes. I started dreaming again. It's amazing. I just feel better. Like, it's hard to explain. I feel like I'm more hydrated. I'm a roofer. It normally takes a lot of water to stay hydrated for me. It feels like I'm retaining water better. Like I said, I started dreaming again. I haven't had a dream in 15 years. And 2 weeks after taking it, I was starting to dream every single night.
Well, this isn't some new age thing. They just piggyback on it. The pineal gland gets filled with fluoride, and that's the third eye. Literally, it's connected to higher dreaming, higher consciousness medically, and then obviously the ancients said spiritual connection. And when it gets filled with fluoride and bromide and bromine, all the bad halogens, then people don't dream and they don't have higher consciousness statistically. But real iodine goes through and just burns all that out. It doesn't just get in there, it removes the bad stuff in the major studies. That's why everybody should get X2. We have a limited supply of it at InfoWarsStore.com. It is, ladies and gentlemen, 40% off right now, though it's about to sell out. Get your X2 at InfoWarsStore.com. It takes about 15 days to kick in. InfoWarsStore.com, X2.